this whole thing about record labels, like that they're an evil thing, right? But record labels are actually really awesome, because what a record label does is give somebody with a guitar, it's like the NBA, you know, it's like you have a guitar and a dream, it can happen, you know, and we wanted to make a place where people were like really able to just kind of create their art and do their thing. I think we started Green Owl just out of a genuine concern for the environment, you know, and we wanted to make it a place where we all felt comfortable, like we weren't contributing to the problem, and where other artists could feel like they weren't contributing to the problem as well.
We actually wanted to do a green tour because Ben's band, The Exit, wanted to get a new bus and travel on veggie oil, and we were like, let's do this tour and get a couple of bands together and like, you know, tour green. And then we started thinking like, well, maybe we could go bigger. Maybe we could sign bands and like teach other bands about, you know, veggie oil and stuff.
Which now Ben actually has this really awesome school bus that's converted into veggie oil.
It's really cool. It's a biodiesel veggie school bus. And we're just like super excited because it's basically like, you know, it's like as efficient as you could possibly be. When we started, gas prices were like $1.19 whatever, and then by like the last time we got off the road, they were like, you know, $3 or whatever, and we're like, you're driving around, you're trying to spread a message of hope and prosperity, and you know, meanwhile our country's like, you know, fighting wars for oil, you know, pretty unjust situations, and it just started to feel a little hypocritical, you know, like you're contributing to the problem, but you're speaking against it. So we were all like, oh, you know, there's got to be a way around this. We have a carbon calculator on our website, which is really fun and easy to use. It looks like a calculator, and it's like you just go through, and it's like, it's really easy, you know. The other calculators are kind of like more like, looks like a survey, you know, and it's just like, kind of like bums you out.
And we kind of directed it more like youth-based too. We added some things in ours, some questions where it asks like, how many hours a day do you play video games? Are you on your computer or watching TV? Like we made it specific, because if like a high school kid wants to go carbon neutral, they might not be paying for
all the
electricity,
yeah.
So it's like it doesn't really relate. I mean, that's in there as well, but you can just skip right over it. So we made it so it's a little more fun, a little more youth-based.
We have a really fun, easy to use biofuel zip code engine where you can find all the biofuels in the whole country. So we're trying to create these solutions to sort of some problems that you can kind of incorporate into your daily life. Like the zip code engine, it's like so much information. It's kind of like version 1.0 right now.
Where right now it already has, it basically you type in your zip code and it shows you the locations in your zip code of all the biodiesel, ethanol, natural gas, hydrogen, and electric stations. And then you can type in and get directions to go there. So it's a really good resource if you're trying to travel around using alternative fuel. And then we also have a section on it where you can click onto your utility provider, and it takes you straight to their green energy sign-up page. So then you can sign up and switch paying, instead of paying for coal energy or nuclear, you can switch it over and pay for wind or solar, whatever programs there are like in your state. We think artists are a good vehicle for this too, because you know a lot of people, they look up to their artists and will often listen to their artists before they listen to anyone else.
Most artists are pretty hip to it, you know, and if they're not the most educated about it, they are really open to getting educated about it, and they want to make a difference.
You know, we want other labels in the industry to really, you know, see that it's important that, you know, bands have to tour nowadays to make money, to expose themselves, and you know, the greener the better. You know, that's something that actually has to happen.
We're trying to act in a sustainable fashion, and whereas awareness is really important, we kind of just want to do everything in a sustainable way. And as far as our bands and everybody, try to just like lower our carbon footprint.
It's hard, but we're hoping at Green Owl that other labels will catch on, you know, and it'll be something that will eventually be easier to do. It won't be such a messy job anymore if like other people start doing it.